Is your check engine light staring you in the face even though your car seems to be driving perfectly fine without any stumbles or shaking? If you find a P0163 code stored in the computer, it means your post-catalyst oxygen sensor on bank 2 sensor 3 is reporting a voltage that is below the normal threshold. This is a generic code that applies to all vehicles made after 1996, but the third sensor is specifically found on vehicles with long exhaust systems like trucks and larger SUVs. To understand this code, you have to realize that sensor 3 is not used to control how much fuel your engine burns like the front sensors do. Instead, its only job is to be a tattletale for the catalytic converter by monitoring how well it is cleaning the exhaust gases. The computer compares the signal from the front sensors to this rear sensor, and if it sees the voltage staying too low or close to zero, it assumes there is a fault. This sensor is a 4-wire unit that needs a 5-volt reference signal, a ground, and a separate 12-volt circuit to heat up the internal element so it can start working faster on cold mornings. When the signal voltage drops below 0.5 volts for too long, the computer triggers the light. While you might not feel a major change in performance, you might notice a rough idle or your engine running rich if the computer tries to overcompensate for the low reading. The most common causes for this are exhaust leaks in front of the sensor that let in outside air, or an oxygen sensor that has been contaminated by burning oil or coolant. To fix this, you should start by lifting the vehicle and checking the entire exhaust pipe for any holes or cracks, especially near the manifolds and the converter. Unplug the connector for bank 2 sensor 3 and look for any signs of green corrosion or melted wires touching the hot exhaust. Use your digital volt-ohm meter to verify that the heater circuit is getting battery voltage and that the ground is solid. A great diagnostic trick is to check the voltage with the engine warm and running at a fast idle. If the sensor is stuck low but jumps up when you create a rich condition, then the sensor is working and you have an air leak. If the sensor stays dead, it has likely failed internally and needs to be replaced. Since this sensor is located far back under the car, it is often subjected to road salt and moisture, which can rot the harness. If you are not comfortable crawling under your vehicle, or if the sensor is seized into the pipe, you should see a professional who has the right torch and tools to swap it out. Keeping your oxygen sensors functional is the best way to pass your next emissions test and ensure your catalytic converter is doing its job to protect the environment.